Keith Urban has been making waves in the music industry with a radical shift in both his personal life and his career. Once known for his smooth and stable country persona, Urban's recent decisions have signaled a dramatic change. His public transformation, following a high-profile divorce from Nicole Kidman, has been marked by an entirely new sound, lineup changes, and a colder, more calculated presence in the public eye. Urban has made it clear that he's no longer tied to the past. He's ready to break from his old image and pursue a new direction in both his music and personal life. His silence on the divorce and the way he's handled the aftermath have been deliberate, sending a clear message that he's forging his own path without the need to explain himself to the world. The end of Keith Urban's marriage. A silent break. Urban's divorce from Nicole Kidman after nearly 20 years of marriage was confirmed publicly in September. However, the events leading up to this moment were clearly premeditated. Urban moved out of the home they shared and stepped onto the stage at his first performance post-divorce without his wedding ring. In a move that stunned fans, he removed The Fighter, a song that had been closely associated with Kidman, from his set list. The decision to alter the lyrics of "You'll Think of Me" during performances was another bold move, as he substituted the original words with a more personal version, leaving no doubt about his feelings. These changes were part of a carefully planned transition, not a spontaneous reaction. Urban's actions, no explanations, no goodbyes, showed that this chapter of his life had come to a definitive close. A complete overhaul, changing his music, band, and image. The end of Urban's marriage to Kidman marked more than just a personal shift. It became a full-on transformation in his professional life as well. Urban not only altered his personal relationships, but also made sweeping changes to his musical career. Within weeks of the divorce announcement, several longtime members of his band, including Jerry Flowers, his bassist and bandleader, were replaced. The decision wasn't about personal conflicts, but about a complete reinvention of his sound and energy. Urban's aim was clear. He wanted to start fresh, leaving behind the familiar sounds and the collaborators that had been part of his success up until that point. This change was not merely cosmetic. He was wiping the slate clean and moving forward without looking back. Redefining his sound, Keith Urban's new musical direction. With his new lineup in place, Keith Urban set out to redefine his sound. His latest album, High, signaled a departure from the traditional country style that had made him famous. The songs on this album have a distinctly modern electronic influence, a move away from the acoustic, guitar-heavy arrangements that were a hallmark of his earlier work. Urban's single Straight Line exemplifies this shift with its minimalistic structure and heavy electronic production. The song, which deals with themes of boredom and disorientation, marks a clear break from his past. Urban's lyrics have become more introspective and personal, shifting away from the feel-good love songs that characterized his previous work. His refusal to play by the established rules of country music is a bold statement of his desire to explore new creative avenues. A new era. Keith Urban's refusal to please anyone. Urban's musical evolution is also a reflection of his personal philosophy. During an interview promoting his new album, he made it clear, "This time, I don't need to please anybody. I do it the way I see fit." This unfiltered approach shows that Keith Urban is not trying to conform to industry expectations or audience preferences. Instead, he's forging a path that feels true to his evolving self, free from the constraints of his past success. His new song, Love is Hard, is another example of this shift. It's darker, more cynical, and unafraid to take risks. Urban's performances of the song have become more stripped back, focusing on the raw emotion of his vocals and minimizing the entertainment aspect of the show. He's no longer trying to entertain or please the crowd. He's focused on expressing his true emotions through his music, breaking free from past collaborations, a fresh start. In addition to revamping his sound, Keith Urban also chose to collaborate with a new generation of musicians. High is the first album where Urban worked with lesser-known producers. many of whom are experimenting with different music genres. This reflects his desire to escape the familiar territory he had carved out for himself in the country music scene. By working with younger, more experimental producers, Urban has embraced a fresh perspective on music. The rhythms on the album are faster and more intense, and the melodies have a modern feel that is far removed from the traditional country sound. The decision to prioritize the work of EME, arguing artists rather than established country names, shows Urban's commitment to pushing boundaries and reinventing himself creatively. A shift in performance style, less focus on entertainment, more on music. As Urban has changed the sound of his music, he's also redefined the way he performs on stage. His recent live shows reflect this shift, as he's moved away from the high-energy, crowd-pleasing performances that were once his signature. The focus of his concerts has become more about the music itself, with minimal stage production and fewer interactions with the audience. The set list has also undergone a transformation, with many of his older hits being replaced by new, more personal songs. This shift in performance style is reflective of Urban's desire to distance himself from his past image and focus more on creating an authentic connection with his audience through his music, rather than relying on spectacle or entertainment. Letting go of his past. Keith Urban's new image. One of the most significant aspects of Keith Urban's transformation is his decision to let go of his past. Urban has long been open about his struggles with addiction, and for many years, his journey to recovery was an integral part of his public image. However, in recent years, Urban has actively distanced himself from his history of substance abuse. He has stopped discussing his past struggles in interviews, and he no longer participates in charity events or public speaking engagements related to addiction recovery. This shift in focus reflects Urban's desire to be seen as an artist with independent talent, rather than someone defined by past hardships. By shedding the recovery narrative, he's reclaiming his image and focusing on his music and artistic growth instead of his personal history. Establishing boundaries, Keith Urban's controlled public persona. As part of his reinvention, Keith Urban has also become more selective about the way he interacts with the media. He has significantly reduced his public appearances, no longer participating in talk shows or interviews unless they are directly related to his music. His social media presence has become minimal, with posts now limited to tour schedules, album releases, and behind-the-scenes glimpses of his work. Personal moments with family or friends have disappeared from his accounts, further reinforcing his desire to keep his private life separate from his professional career. Urban's refusal to answer questions about his divorce or past struggles with addiction during interviews is a clear indication of how tightly he now controls his public persona, refusing to share personal stories. The shift in public engagement. One of the most notable moments that exemplifies Urban's new approach to privacy occurred during a radio interview where he abruptly ended the conversation when asked about his feelings regarding his ex-wife Nicole Kidman's intimate scenes in a movie. His refusal to engage in that line of questioning highlighted his determination to keep personal matters out of the public eye. This shift has led to Urban being regarded as one of the few artists willing to protect his privacy, refusing to participate in media circus moments that delve into personal details. The public's perception of Urban has shifted from one of openness and vulnerability to one of mystery and control as he navigates this new chapter in his life. A new path, Keith Urban's future and professional goals. Keith Urban's recent changes are not just a reflection of his personal life, but a clear indication of where he sees his career heading. He is no longer content to rest on his past successes or be defined by the images and personas he has created over the years. By rebuilding his sound, overhauling his team, and distancing himself from the past, Urban has embraced a new path forward. He is determined to evolve as an artist, free from the weight of expectations or past struggles. This transformation is a deliberate choice, a fresh start for Keith Urban, one that is entirely on his terms, with no looking back. It will be exciting to see how his new approach to music and public life shapes the next phase of his career and what's to come for this reinvigorated artist.